Hey guys and gals, this is Alex Olson with Legendary Apartment Brokers here in Kansas City. Today is Monday, April 14th, 2025. Let's get right into it. We cover every single week all the new multifamily opportunities that hit the open market. That is $500,000 plus and typically built before 2020. Right in the wheelhouse of what active multifamily investors are looking for here in Kansas City. Looking for cash flow, some appreciation, some high quality stuff here, good rent growth, great jobs, master of none, the great at everything. That's the Kansas City market for you. So what do we got? Well, we've got a couple new opportunities that have hit the open market. I'm going to ignore this one up here for $850,000. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe there's a second house on it. Maybe it's classified as a duplex, but there's nothing of value there for any real active multifamily investor here in Kansas City. Next up, we've got two fourplexes in Merriam, Kansas. So for podcast listeners, we got Merriam, Kansas, which is in Johnson County. This happens to be right off of Schweitzer Street. Really, it's right next to Wyandotte County, right next to where Johnson County and Wyandotte County intersect off 47th Street. I actually helped the seller sell this property a while ago, several years ago, and now here we've got the buyer coming back, who is now the seller, looking to sell this. Rehabbed a lot. All the units, 7 of the 8 units have been rehabbed. Not sure exactly what rents are, but if you like Johnson County, this is an Aplex for $1.25 million. If you're an active real estate investor or a 1031 exchange would be a better fit for you. 1.250 divided by 8, you're looking at $156,000 per unit, which is kind of the going rate in Johnson County. Obviously, I remember the asset. I think it's a good opportunity there. If you got a 1031 exchange, you can be cash heavy into that. Maybe $500,000 or something like that could be a good fit for you if you continue to rehab that last 8th unit, push rents, continue to improve the property there. I think you will do just fine with that kind of investment. Everybody loves Johnson County. Next up is a series of duplexes. It's actually 3 duplexes for $2.4 million, $400,000 per. No, sorry, $800,000. Let's hear 6 before. Yeah, so $400,000 per unit. Here, brand new duplexes built in 2022. Seller looks like they're ready to sell. Podcast listeners, this is in the heart of Midtown. Let's see here. I'm zooming in here. It's showing that it's right next to UMKC. I'm not sure. I don't think that's accurate on this map. So it's actually going to be here at 39th and Main or so. 39th and Kenwood is the address. And they're fantastic large duplexes. Again, that's going to be another 1031 exchange type of buyer that really wants to get into the market, have nice new asset, low owner expenses, those kind of opportunities. That's what those work for you. High rents, etc. Active 1031 exchange investor could be a good fit for you if you've got a couple $1 million. Again, want to be cash heavy. Maybe you have to put $1 million down into it, but love the location. I got a 5-plex right over there in the heart of Midtown. Again, this is 39th and Kenwood, 3 duplexes, so 6 units for $2.4 million, $400,000 per unit. Okay. Let's zoom back out. Let's get our bearings here. I covered the 3 new listings in the Kansas City Metro here on the MLS and LoopNet. I got my website pulled up, legendaryapartmentbrokers.com, for active real estate investors. Podcast listeners, you can check this out. Let's head on over to LoopNet here. We've got a couple new opportunities here. One of them happens to be mine, so I'll touch on this one real quick. This is actually 6 multifamily properties. It's 15 units, $855,000. You guys have heard me talk about it, but it's $57,000 per unit. Series of triplexes, fourplexes, those kind of assets in there. It's basically a cash flow machine. 7.5% cap rate as is. Easily get to a 10% cap rate. You want to own a package here in Independence. It's all over Independence, Sugar Creek kind of area. They're all converted houses. They cash flow, very well occupied, over 90% right now. Everything's separately metered with the exception of, I take that back. We've got some details on it. So if you can get past a couple of the small little details, it's a great investment opportunity for cash flow. If you want to get into something that is, under $1 million, that's going to get you some cash, this is a good one that you can make some good money off over time. We got in-place property management already there. You can also bring your own property manager or self-manage. Again, that's all over Independence there. All right, next up, We got a couple of triplexes in the heart of the Country Club Plaza. I'm not going to talk about these too long because these are triplexes. They are $400,000 per unit. This is your trophy asset. If you got a 1031 exchange, or you're an active investor that really want to have a property on the plaza in a prestigious area, this is kind of those units. They are large units. They're huge. I'm sure they have great rents in place. They look nice. You got a 1031 exchange. Pencil the numbers. You want to put down, 50% could be a good fit for you there if that's what you're interested in doing here in Kansas City. Okay. So again, that was in the Country Club Plaza, a couple triplexes, $400,000 per unit. So $1.2 million for one, $1.3 million for the other. Very dang close to each other there next to the plaza. Another property, new listing here is 4200 Tracy Avenue off of Tracy Street. Again, heart of Midtown, just east of Troost. So this is east of Troost, a little bit west of Paseo. I've owned on Tracy before. It's a great location. This is called Emmanuel Manor Apartments, 47 units for $3.5 million. Not super familiar with this actual building, but it's got multiple value add strategies here. There is some 55 plus type of opportunities that go on here. Very classic Midtown type of opportunity. If you're an active real estate investor, you're looking at $75,000 per unit for 47 apartment units. Could be something to look into if you like the Midtown of Kansas City. All right. And if you're an active real estate investor or 1031, could be a good fit for you there. So zooming back out here, let's get our bearings again. Podcast listeners, we're going to focus on real quickly here 27th and Park Avenue. So that's east of 71 Highway off 27th Street in Kansas City, Missouri. So east of Midtown, east of Paseo, between Brooklyn and Prospect. It's a 6 unit for $500,000. Classic Kansas City colonnade. It's got some updated color schemes here. You guys know I don't do a ton of business in the east side of 71 Highway unless I really love where these are headed. Okay, meaning I know the seller, I know the street, etc. Okay, so if you've got an active 1031 exchange, you could look there. Active investor, you could look at it. It's not my wheelhouse of where I typically do business in. All right. Okay. Now here we go. We got the last property here over the last week or so. And the building is called 6 at Park. It's in Parkville. It's a mixture here. It's got office, it's got retail, it's got commercial space. It's got a little bit of everything. 11.75 million. I know it says 27 units. It's more than that. If you love Parkville, you like a mixed-use building. It's new construction. I think it's 2019 is when it was started. They added different pieces to it. Really nice setup. Really nice set of building here. If you've got a 1031 exchange, you want to take a stab at something that's newer construction in a great Class A submarket, more of a downtown Parkville type of situation, could be an interesting opportunity for you. If you've got a lot of cash to put out, you probably need to bring 35%, maybe 40%, depending on how the numbers are penciling out for you. But that's something to consider if you've got a 1031 exchange in Kansas City or you want to be active in more of that newer construction space. We can talk about that together, all right? Okay, guys and gals, that's everything here over the last week or so. As you guys may know, I was actually out last week, so I didn't get one completed for you, but that's okay. I'm going to just real quickly see if we've got any new properties that I might have missed over the last 2 weeks. I've got this now filtered for the last 2 weeks here, see if there's anything new. No, there's not, okay? So everything that I talked about on LoopNet is all the same over the last 2 weeks. We didn't miss any new properties there, okay? Now over here on MLS, on legendarypartmentbrokers.com, Zillow, MLSrealtor.com powers all this information here over the last 14 days. Well, I think there's a couple other ones here that are new. And as a matter of fact, there's been some duplexes that are $500,000 plus that have already gone under contract pretty quick because they're in Overland Park. Let's see here, zooming in, Pleasant Valley, couple duplexes there. We've talked about this Belton property, Admiral Boulevard here. So nothing really new kicking. So I didn't miss a whole lot. I'm glad about that. I've been watching the market even as I was out. Got some closings going on this week and last. So the market is in full swing. Got some other listings coming out. Got some single-family home packages. Got a listing in Lease Summit duplex. So there's a lot of activity going on. I still contend that right now is a great buyer's market. You can wrap your mind around it. We can find lenders for these deals. You know, even if they don't look like they're going to be great or somebody's told you that no one's buying those, now's a good time to buy. If you buy in Class A and B locations, if you buy correctly in Class C locations, you can make a lot of money and build wealth over time. Real estate is not a type of activity where you're going to become rich overnight and you're just going to buy some $200,000 or $500,000 or $1 million property and it doubles or 2 or 3 years. That doesn't happen, especially here in Kansas City. But if you want cash flow, you want quality assets, build wealth over 5, 10, 15, 20 years, this is a great market for that. My name is Alex Olson. This is Legendary Apartment Brokers. This is KC Multifamily Minute. We'll talk soon.